Hello, hello! Welcome everyone, welcome back to my stream. It is I, your humble host Sketchy, once again, at the start of a new week. I'm in my half-melted form today, because it's hot as balls in Poland, and I'll be probably half dead through most of the stream, so sorry about that. I cannot guarantee that any form of enthusiasm will be provided. We'll see about that. Okay, so back with Reverse 1999. We'll be doing another shot at the event, the last evenings on Earth that we started last week on Friday. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. I guess there's nothing much to yap about, at least not yet. Right, where was it? Oh, one more thing. I was supposed to check those tidbits in the main story of chapter 8 that I missed last time. Right, these. The backstory on Lopera, right. This was one thing that we were supposed to read through. Okay, what is it? 1:32 AM. The old geezer at the veterans' residence always talk about scars, medals, and sleepless nights. Now that my battles are over, those nights have finally caught up to me. First it was my biological father, then Pa, and today it's Sis. Every night there's a ghost that won't leave me be. No, she's no longer Sis. What should I call her? Igor's lackey? Or the rebel's watchdog? Forget it. It doesn't matter, let's just call her by her name, Moldir. Uttering those familiar yet strange syllables one at a time, a question pops into my mind, making me shiver. Next time we meet, will you pull the trigger? Mierda. Don't ask me that. When did I become so weak and useless? When did I start depending on people? When did I start calling strangers sis? I don't know. So those are her musings after the chapter 8 happenings, after she was betrayed by her family. Right. 02:27 AM. This black and white checkered room always reminds me of chess. Every time I lost to Molly, Ptolemy would laugh at me for lacking a tactical mind. The funny thing is, I never thought of them as my brother and sister back then. Then came field training. My competitive streak got me a nasty cut. Molly shoved the scared soldiers aside and cradled my head in her lap. It was the hottest day of the year in Sao Paulo. The ground and air were scorching and warm. Moist drops hit my cheeks. Sorry about that. Hiccups. Between the shouts for a medic, I caught a hint of panic in her voice. After that, I saw Molly differently. Turns out the tough, reliable adjutant had a soft side too. Wait, was that sweat dripping on my cheeks back then? Probably tears, I'm guessing. 04:18 AM. Molly said she was afraid of the cold. So on the rare cold nights in Sao Paulo, there was always someone else in my bed. She liked to call me an unquenchable crucible, and I joke about tossing her long hair into the fire to make a piñata. Back then, we were like real sisters. I nearly believed we were a normal family. Cute. I know I slept like a pig in the middle of the night. I'd find her curled up in the corner while I hogged the blanket. Right. I know she didn't hate the cold as much as she claimed. She just... In the end, we were never normal sisters, and we could never enjoy a normal life. Now I've lost my identity and my siblings. I'm just Lopera, but who is Lopera anyway? 05:33 AM. The unfamiliar sound of birds outside the window means I've finally experienced my first sleepless night. Go ahead, chirp away. I envy you simple creatures. At least you have a nest to return to after catching your worms. In 27 minutes, the dormitory door will be pushed open after 3 knocks, and Molly will find a way to drag me to the morning training drill. Something warm and moist fell from my eye. It was something I rarely got to experience, at least as far as I can remember. No, it was just something I brought about my... It was something just brought about my sleepiness and yawning. Right. Sister, next time we meet, maybe I will pull the trigger. Second. Just notice that I forgot about one thing. Namely to reconnect my headphones. So there's that. I was wondering where the background music was. Silly me. There we go. Alright. Soul Opera is taking that harder than expected, honestly. Now there's this tidbit left. Guys, you've got to see this. This is the discovery of the century. The best way to rally co-workers together. Join the gathering. Cryptographers assemble. You guys, look at this. This is just strings of numbers. The researcher excitedly waves a scrap of paper like it's treasure map to a new continent, circling the group and letting the paper flutter in front of each person. Another string of numbers? What are you talking about? And another one? Are those RGB values? And another one. Has John Tito infected you? Speak in human language or we are leaving. The gibberish on these papers might be a treasure map. You have to help me crack it. Where's Ulrich? Probably standing in line to buy a ship ticket to Australia. He won't be back for a while. Where did you get this? There was a box of punch cards outside the computer room. I tossed them all into the decoder. You should stop wasting your time. Those might be Ulrich's discarded scribbles for all we know. Huh. So what did they find? Why is it a big deal? I could probably throw it into an AI to decode it, but that's for later I think. Alright. So, back to the event. Also, excuse me if my voice is sounding off today. I'm probably sounding off due to the slight infection that I caught through the weekend. It's not bad, but I can already hear myself speaking differently. So, if you were wondering what's the difference, that's it. Okay. The last evenings on Earth. We left off on part 8 last time. An old song at sea. Okay.
I've learned so much about the outside world since I boarded this ship. So, why do I feel even more confused?
Because you've learned new things, probably.
I trust my people. They're good and kind, and they've never lied to me. You just have to look at their spirit shells to see it. The songs and dances of Melly nourish the shells, and the purity of my people's souls color their surface in the most beautiful patterns. And Miss Grace, she's been good to us too.
But not for free, I'm betting. She wants something from all of you.
She warned us about the destruction of Melly, saving us from the flood, and she showed us the world as it really is.
Did she now? Or did she show you the world as she wants you to see it? That's more accurate, I think.
She even wants us to be part of her plan.
As disposable pawns, but yes.
Our ancestral shells have also told us how terrible the world outside is. That it's a place with Sanguma witches, Nakarua serpents, and all kinds of other beasts. But...
Right, it doesn't fit what you saw. Those scenes replay again and again in her mind. The casual conversations, the warm smiles, and the glowing lamps in their hands.
But now I'm here, on this ship full of outsiders. And I feel that they're just like us.
Yep, just people. Past and present blur together as Fatutu searches her memories, leaving her dizzy and overwhelmed. In her days, she has wandered into another part of the ship. It isn't until a voice snaps her out of her thoughts that she realizes where she is.
Hello, young lady. What are you doing out here all by yourself?
Wandering?
Don't just stand there. Come on in.
Sorry. I didn't even realize where I was going.
One helmsman gives her a hearty pat on the shoulder.
No need to apologize, my dear. You are more than welcome. You saved us old folks from sitting here in silence till we reach shore.
Charlie's just happy to have someone new to tell his stories to.
I bet Esam will jump at the chance to show off how he drives off those series too.
Series? I've heard they're a real headache for passing ships.
I'm assuming some sort of arcane creature.
But I've never seen one with my own eyes.
Fatutu curiously peers out the window. And a strange yet familiar hum fills the air. Oh, hi there, mate. Welcome to the stream.
Well, it seems this young lady knows a thing or two about the sea.
Real headache is to brush that much hair. Tell me about it. I remember when I had long hair past half my back. That was a horror story to take care of. I was quickly healed from the notion of having hair that long. I don't recommend it. Yep, during my edgy years, when I was like 13 or 14, I was basically a long-haired metalhead back then.
How about you give us a hand, eh?
Exactly. Oddly enough, I didn't have spiked armbands. But heavy-duty shoes were there. He extends a rough hand to her. Fatutu takes a hasty step back, but the hand remains warmly held out before her. She has seen many hands like his before, calloused working hands like those of Grandma Penu, Uncle Tarek, Grandma Natano, and many of the other Nukutari. There's something comforting in its familiarity. Gotta show us a photo next Christmas? I could make this a donation goal to embarrass myself. Because in retrospect I basically look like a girl in those pictures.
Me? I'm not sure I know how to...
Don't worry, it's almost too easy.
These series are afraid of loud noises, and the Free Breeze has plenty of speakers on board. The sea is with us today. Of course it is. For how long we've sailed its waves, why wouldn't it be?
Helmsmen exchange a few winks and shoulder pats. There's a clear camaraderie between them. They roll up their sleeves and as they prepare for the performance.
Get ready, folks! Port the helm!
Okay, so fight it is.
Ah, 翻工了
Oh, it's those stingray-like creatures.
It's got your back.
I think I fought them before. These
Так
ones.
ярко и тепло. Easy lah.
Ah, an interesting one.
Relax. Or maybe take a deep breath. Crackers and fireworks!
What do those barriers do?
Concentrate
Reflex or
and
what?
visualize.
Please, don't resist. The
Oh.
stars were just out
They
of
block
reach.
majority of the damage, apparently. Huh. For a certain amount of hits, it seems. Gotcha.
Don't take it on
It's a
step.
problematic mechanic.
Так ярко и тепло.
Wonder if it's stage related or creature related. Gothic screening. When entering battle, gains 5 stacks of phase negation. Oh, so it's specific to those creatures. Never mind then. That's not too much of a problem.
No worries.
Let me.
Copy that!
Ah, an interesting one.
Hold your
Go.
breath. Please, don't resist.
梗係我捉你，唔係你捉我啊！
Course 270, hard starboard. Blow down to 5 knots. Watch the bow wave. Turn on the speakers. Time to chase off some sea monsters.
The seasoned navigator issues a steady flow of instructions. The cruise ship slowly turns, skillfully avoiding the reach of the sea monster's tentacles.
Signorina?
He gives Patitu a harmonica and asks if she can play it. It's a weird moment for that.
No.
Come on, Patitu, everyone can play a harmonica. You just blow into it randomly. No one really plays it well, but anyone can play it.
Don't worry. Anything you play, will do. Can't be worse than what Essam has to offer.
Probably.
I can hear you, you know.
The sailors joke and jostle as they clamor for their respective instruments.
I grieve to leave my native home. I grieve to leave my comrades all.
They burst into song.
Come on, join in.
The harmonica finds its way to her lips. Melodious music, okay key yet heartfelt, drifts out towards the sea. This is just like those nights by the bonfire in Valley.
Sailor, just like me, must be tossed and turned in the deep dark sea. Farewell to Nova Scotia, the sea-bound coast. Let your mountains dark and dreary be. For when I'm far away on the briny ocean tossed, will you ever heave a sigh or a wish for me?
Does this count as sea shanty? Technically it does, I think. One nameless sea shanty after another tears through the fog, with lights shimmering on the sea surface like embers after a festival bonfire. Realization strikes her. She finally understands her role.
Miss Grace.
The outside world is indeed full of dangers. But there is less to fear than you think. I'll help you through it.
I think she is learning a completely different lesson from her encounter than what Grace planned. Advice and reassurances echo in her mind. She suddenly feels weak.
What am I doing? Sorry, I have to go.
She scurries off. Okay.
I don't understand. Why are they so nice? This is nothing like the stories.
Well, the stories sometimes are completely one-sided. A question hangs in the air, and so too does a knuckle at a door.
Come in.
She going to confront Miss Sophia? About what she has experienced? Or what? Guest room.
Timekeeper, I hope you didn't have too much difficulty during the power outage.
We were fine, I think.
Not at all, Sonato. It actually gave me the opportunity to try out X's latest invention, the bouncing bulb.
That sounds inconvenient.
It's very interesting. A little draining, though.
Would you like to try out one of these, then?
Right.
Did you make this, Sonato?
I did. Miss Saloni from Nukuteo taught me how to make it. It's called a sea mother's eye.
Huh.
She told me every household in Meli lights them during storms to help guide those at sea safely home. She said, with this, no one will ever be lost in the dark.
Thank you, Sonato. And what a lovely saying.
Sonato breathes a sigh of relief, but her eyes remain fixed on the sea mother's eye.
After this mission, we should be able to apply for a field investigation in Italy.
Italy?
Yeah, you're going home, Sonato.
Thank you, Timekeeper.
Italy mentioned. Sonato is unable to hide her delight.
But let's focus on this mission first. May I borrow your communicator? There's something I need to verify.
Of course.
Connecting to Madam Z of the St. Pavlov Foundation. The person you're trying to reach is currently unavailable due to communication interference. Please leave a message after the beep.
Huh?
Don't think it is working.
Just as I suspected, communications are blocked.
Huh? What are you referring to exactly? I won't mind being killed by it if it ever goes rogue? What do you mean, the communicator? What?
Someone's jamming the signal.
Do you think it's Manus Vindicte?
The calculator? Well, it's more of a palm top, honestly. A very primitive one, like the ones from the early 2000s. Or rather 90s, more so.
It's possible. The flyer proved that this ship has some kind of association with them. We need to stay vigilant.
Regulus should know about this. I'll go find her.
A heart-wrenching scream echoes from afar, reverberating through the halls of the ship. Right.
Regulus!
If it's regular screaming, I'm expecting something incredibly stupid happening. Not really dangerous, just dumb. They hurry over to the source of the scream.
Regulus, are you alright?
Sonetta stops in her tracks. The scene before her is all too familiar. It has played out countless times at the LSCC.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Ignoring the fact that Regulus just dropped her sunglasses, Ulrich calmly pours coffee into his energy intake.
Mr. Ulrich? What are you doing here?
The ferrofluid swirls in a distorted arc.
Good day, timekeeper, researcher Regulus, Miss Sonetto.
This really the disguise you went with?
Where's the disguise? That's just a coat, my dude.
Wait a minute. Vertin, did you know he'd be here?
Why wouldn't he be?
Listen, there's no way I'm paying for even half an extra ticket. In fact, he should be paying for me.
He's disguised as someone
Well,
that
this
is
might take
cosplaying
a
him.
while to explain.
Let me tell you a story. Did you know that Charlie Chaplin once lost what's the term? One second. Let me check something. I lost a word in English. Competition, right. Charlie Chaplin once lost a impersonation contest competition for impersonating Charlie Chaplin because he didn't look enough like Charlie Chaplin. So yes, you can actually have a situation like that. Where you are disguised by playing yourself, effectively. It is a thing. Right, to be continued. I don't blame them. By the end of the day, I'm often not as much of me as I was in the morning. Through many such cases. That basically applies to most working people. Okay, what is this? Knowledge is power. Quickly find the creature's weakness before you get killed. Open and read. Encyclopedia of Nautical Lore, Sea Monsters Edition. Cool. Neat. Ceres, common name, a pig-toothed ray, anchorfish, deep bass disc, hammerhead ray. Are those the things that killed Steve Irwin or what? Back home we call this thing a sea bat. That's not right, sea bats are different species and they definitely don't smash your potholes at night. Classification, subclass aquatic primal critter. Order, oceanic, family ray form, genus flying ray. In my opinion, it should be classified as a bird. Actually, who is making those annotations? Distinctive features: broad wings, a long tail, a pair of clawed fins, and a curved ivory-white fangs. Hey, I just thought of a business idea. Could we pass these fangs off as ivory? That's not how it works, my dude. Ceres typically live in groups and feed on the large fish, seabirds and drifting debris. While they may look similar to Olitau, their behavior couldn't be more different. While Olitaus are generally non-aggressive, Ceres are known for their fondness for challenging creatures larger than themselves. So they're basically cruising for bruising through the ocean. Okay. Including sperm whales, baleen whales, megalodon sharks, and passing ships. Wait, megalodon sharks are still a thing in this world? That's unfortunate. 07 to any sailors who encounters them. Sometimes they even mistake protruding rocky outcrops and coral reefs for foes. Basically like aggressive tortoise smashing their heads against things they perceived as foes. When a Ceres spots a ship, it leaps from the water, attacking the vessel with its sharp wings and calling upon its companions. They seem to have a competitive nature. Each Ceres strives to soar higher and leave deeper marks on its target. So like more asshole-ish dolphins, kind of. Those creatures have a lot of anger issues, that they do, apparently. Stay away from the windows, you never know how deep their wings can slice. That's a fair advice. Despite their large numbers, Ceres communicate through a single method, sound. They can produce a wide range of calls within a 10 to 180 Hz frequency range. Ideal for underwater communication, and they can sense each other's vibrations through their wing membranes. The best way to deal with Ceres is to disrupt their hearing. Shouts, bangs, and music can confuse them, while enough volume can physically irrate them, their auditory systems, causing them to flee in discomfort. Now that's more like it. My former captain tried using anti-auditory measures against them, which is why he's my former captain. That's fair. Huh. Okay. Next part it is. Part 9, Science Saloon. An unofficial meeting on the Artificial Storm project was held before the Free Breeze set sail from Australia.
Did you wake up with a glitch this morning, Ulrich? The storm has already taken so many lives, and now you're planning to intentionally bring another one upon us?
I'm guessing that this one is supposed to hit locally?
Quit your worrying, Jonathan. The artificial storm will be under strict control, and you're not even on the research team. Besides, there are some issues we still need to fix, so we've come to a bit of a standstill for now. I promise you won't wake up to find the building engulfed by the storm.
Sorry? Are you saying that you've already started?
I don't think he did.
Ulrich, I have to warn you. Ever since you found that satellite, you've been pushing past the limits of Laplace's regulations. You've accessed materials from other branches, used valuable resources for your own purposes, and run experiments without proper clearance.
Famous last words, also a cliche line in disaster movies. True. But I'm guessing that Ulrich knows what he's doing. He's usually the sensible one.
What baseless claims, Penelope? I'll have you know that everything I've done has been approved by the HQ director.
Which is whom right now?
Director? We don't have a damn director!
Exactly, wasn't that Lucy?
But we do have a substitute director, so there.
Isn't that you, basically? He gives a pointed nod in Enigma's direction. All right, they have chosen Enigma instead of him, I think.
For the last time, I'm not the substitute director. No one can substitute for Madame Lucy.
Well, you're the next best one in the line. That familiar heavy knock on the table resounds once more.
But let's set that aside. We're here to figure out what to do with the satellite, not to stage an intervention for Ulrich.
The solution's as clear as day, my friends.
Which is?
We'll do exactly what they did in Plisetsk during the third storm. Find someone brave and send them into space.
I beg your finest pardon?
He's right. Why don't we just build another satellite and see how it handles the storm?
A sarcastic applause suddenly erupts.
Wow, what an amazing idea! Truly a stroke of genius. So, we're talking about a controlled experiment, right?
And the dog person is here. Okay.
That means we'll send not just one, but dozens of satellites, all carrying different items.
What's the problem with that?
Oh, nothing. The budget team will be thrilled at the idea. Here's a better one. We sit tight and wait till the storm sends us back to 1995.
That doesn't sound feasible.
And bingo! Surprise! There's our satellite, orbiting around the Earth once again.
Medicine Pocket, please mind your tone in the meeting room.
She's spitting sarcasm left and right.
Oh, sure. Just as soon as they stop trying to waste all our research funds.
She, they, it. Well, you know what I mean. I default to she because she's it's androgynous.
I'm with researcher Medicine Pocket here. There's no need to launch more satellites. We should be focusing on the Artificial Storm project.
Ulrich knocks the table, drawing everyone's attention.
The project has made substantial progress. I have collected every item that was once on the Regulus satellite, including the space seeds from Plessetsk. You have no idea how difficult that was, let me tell you. It was easier to get Regulus's record.
Well, technically she just gave it to you.
Still, you probably didn't need to steal it, Ulrich.
You say that, but I've heard that it isn't going all that smoothly. Accelerating the reaction of asymmetrical nuclide R with fixed-frequency sound waves so as to stimulate the storm. It sounds impressive, but...
So what, the Foundation can just speed up the storm now?
What's the payoff? Have you found the key material that provides immunity from the storm?
Well, yes, but also no. We have a solution that's kind of a band-aid, the umbrella.
Good point, Lucas. I never claimed the experiment was perfect. In fact, I'll be the first to admit that it has some serious procedural flaws.
Huh?
Through 26 microscale artificial storms, I tested 7 different space seeds, an astronomical spectrometer, a high-speed photometer, some obsidian crystals, and a Lycopus lucidus talisman. None of them endured the trials.
Well?
Then what do we do now? Just give up?
No!
Ulrich awkwardly clears his throat. What throat? Dude doesn't have one.
But I have used all the asymmetrical nuclide R that we had in the warehouse.
So you've used all the resources and you have nothing to show for it? That's unfortunate.
What?
Medicine Pocket springs to their feet like a shocked animal. Well, they basically are an animal.
Sit down, Medicine Pocket. Jonathan, go get some stress ball.
No! I can shout all I want, okay, substitute director?
Totally a Sheldon Cooper move? Wasn't Sheldon Cooper a character from the Big Bang Theory? Or am I mistaking the series? I never watched it personally, but I'm vaguely, tangentially familiar with it. Medicine Pocket slams the table, sending papers flying.
Ulrich! All the asymmetrical nuclide R! It's all gone?
You can get more from another storm, can't you?
I had to use it. It's just standard consumption, like in any other experiment. And I got results.
What results?
With that amount of resources, of course you'd find something, dumbass. Even a broken clock's right twice a day. Keep at it if you want. You're gonna smash that dead end head on.
I don't see why you're commenting on my work. We're not even in the same department.
Ulrich presses down on the table to ease the vibrations shaking the ferrofluid in his tank.
Because you used my materials! That was most of the nuclide R from both Laplace and the Foundation!
Are those your materials specifically? Did you gather them yourself?
You have to be kidding me! You get all you want while I'm here like some chump filling out endless forms just to get a few drops!
Well, such is life. The badge on the medicine pocket's chest creaks under the stress of the shouts. How loud is it that the badge physically breaks from the shouts?
Next time, just give me the funds and Nuclide, and I'll be more than happy to run a few laps in the storm with that crap from the satellite and see what happens.
I don't think that's a good idea.
We would never endanger the life of a researcher like that.
What about the life of a dog?
That's why we should launch another satellite. No need to risk anyone's life, especially since we got plenty of colleagues with aeronautics experience.
Do we now?
Can't do that. Our best space expert is still in the Laplace care unit.
The smoke temporarily clears, and finally one member returns the meeting to its main agenda.
So, Ulrich, what's the next step with your experiment?
I'm taking it outside, of course. The richest deposits of asymmetrical nuclide R aren't in the lab or the Foundation's warehouse. They're out there in the real world.
Right, during another storm.
We've been overlooking how the density of nuclide R has affected our experiment results.
Come on, Ulrich, that's just an excuse. Where would you find a higher nuclide R density than in a Laplace lab?
In the storm itself, right?
That might be the exact problem. The environment here is too controlled, too clean. The storm has never been the manifestation of order, but of chaos.
Exactly.
And how exactly do you plan on finding chaos?
He already said. The scientists are fighting tooth and nail to secure the budget for the individual projects.
Everyone, please! If we just sit here arguing instead of getting out there and doing something, those sneaky researchers at Institutum Lawrence are going to get ahead of us!
He slams a butterfly patterned envelope heavily onto the table, adding yet more fuel to the fiery chaos.
Lawrence? That strange secret society?
Yeah, we haven't heard about them yet all that much. I think they were mentioned like once or twice.
Let's see what kind of bull they're spouting this time.
No medicine pocket, just toss the letter into the shredder.
Hurried footsteps echo and a clear voice cuts through the chaos.
Ladies and gentlemen, my apologies for interrupting your debate. The St. Pavlov Foundation has passed a new resolution.
And what is it exactly? And they are not going to tell us? God damn it. Next part it is. What, this is the first time that you are hearing how the foundation is called? It's called St. Pavlov Foundation. Scholarly exchange. Exchange is one thing and competition is another. Without both, how can we improve? End the discussion. What's this? Chaos Roaring Box. Lawrence butterfly attached a roaring ritual to an envelope. This is a device driven entirely by a cannon. Are we really going to use this? A black eyeball covered in synapses, complete with a mouth? Let me guess, it's got stringent activation conditions, experimental results, and they are near impossible to replicate. And an unconventional method of operation. Once activated, it detects environmental changes through gnosis, emitting screams at a varying decibel levels to indicate the different supernatural phenomena. That doesn't sound practical, not sure. Well, it certainly fits the style. Our understanding of the storm is still quite shallow. Institutum Lawrence is offering a new perspective. The storm is not a phenomenon, but the ebb and flow of chaotic, variable energy. The concept of pneuma is indeed an appropriate way to understand it. Seems you've gained a lot from this exchange of letters. Are you planning to author a new paper together? You could just rename the asymmetrical nuclide R to chaotic energy, and there our department's monthly research quota is checked off. It is without a doubt that Institutum Lawrence has provided a significant contribution to the artificial storm project. Before the 3rd, 6th and 7th storms, Lawrence Butterfly predicted several potential storm eyes locations, which matched just as foretold. Right, it's that character that was on the banner on the previous one. It's interesting how she was mentioned that far back, but she only just released? Huh. With the assistance from the Field Agent Administration, I confirmed the status of the indicated areas. Although they didn't perfectly match the core region of the storm, those coordinates did correspond to concurrent supernatural phenomena. As researchers, we must recognize the value of the building upon the work of those who came before us. Yes, but for researchers we didn't perfectly match, and concurrent don't constitute convincing enough reports. If you want the data, the p-value is as low as 0.012, which means there's significant correlation. The inputs and results can be verified, so the findings are reliable. Oh, that's just great, fantastic. Soon enough, the entire Institutum Lawrence will know our IQ is reversing faster than time itself. Okay. I think he is not a big fan of the Institute. That's my bet. Right. Be right back. I'll take a short bathroom break. And I'll be back. Sorry about that. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, so we can continue. Part 10. Piracy, not the fun kind. What is the fun kind? I guess the kind where you are doing the piracy. Simone's statement is definitely a much more damaging bomb.
Miss Simone, did you just say something about the Foundation? Are we not moving off topic? We were discussing our efforts to identify substances immune to the storm. What is all this about the Foundation?
No idea, but it's sure to be the most cheerful, positive, wonderful news.
Medicine Pocket practically just speaks in sarcasm, exclusively.
That'll teach you to run Madam Buckethead out of town. Now it's going to be those Foundation dimwits calling the shots. Ha!
I won't stand for the Foundation ordering Laplace around. I'll set things straight with them later. You have my word.
He raises his hands in exasperation before promptly dropping them and slumping back onto his chair.
In fact, Miss Simone, you may relay my message now.
I understand your concerns, Mr. Enigma, but given our present circumstances, the Foundation's involvement may have a bright side.
But you didn't even share the news yet, did you? She unfolds a neatly prepared document.
The resolution the Foundation relayed to me was principally concerned with your artificial storm project, Mr. Ulrich.
And what about it?
Huh?
I'm guessing that it got approved in the end, considering that Ulrich went on with it.
What? Did you switch gears on us, Ulrich?
For Flux's sake! All I did was ask for a little support.
Speaking of, the Foundation also sent through their approval for your other requests.
Did they now?
Mostly anyway. They agreed to supply the majority of your requested materials, including replenishing a portion of our asymmetrical nuclide R, and they've dispatched field investigators to assist us. Additionally, they've done preliminary screenings on the locations you mentioned and confirmed they meet the specifications of our experiments.
The Foundation has never been this generous with us before.
Well, they clearly want something from you this time.
Huh.
Joy rushes through Ulrich. He feels almost in a daze.
Don't go popping the champagne just yet, Ulrich! Our new bosses aren't going to come anywhere close to replacing all the asymmetrical nuclide R you've wasted.
Would you rather have none? Ulrich ignores them, his gaze fixated on the letter in Simone's hands.
Still, it's all too easy. What's the catch?
They want to witness our results, firsthand.
That shouldn't be a problem, I think. The table is smacked once again.
Deal.
There we go.
Someone, anyone, take down the minutes.
Ulrich pounds the table once more, sending waves through the ferrofluid.
They also sent over another possible location that they haven't been able to confirm. A ship.
Right, and this is where we ended up.
The Foundation has requested that you investigate it personally. The Timekeeper will brief you on the details.
Fine, fish tank. You're off the hook for now.
Regulus glances at them, then her eyes fix at Ulrich, who is calmly removing his disguise. Again, what kind of disguise? There was no disguise to speak of.
Just so we're clear, you're not planning to smuggle out my treasure, right?
Don't think that's on the cards.
I wouldn't think of it.
Fab. And you're not angling that I foot the bill for this excursion, right?
Regulus, everyone knows that you don't have a penny to your name. Ulrich clears his throat before steering the conversation back on track.
The Foundation's intel appears accurate. After some preliminary checks, I am certain this will be an ideal locale to conduct our experiments. I've never seen such intense readings of asymmetrical nuclide R outside of the storm.
Now hold on a minute, Ulrich. You're not about to take a swim, are you?
What about it?
Only if necessary.
With my record? You've got to be off your rocker, mate.
Ulrich quickly abates her protestations by presenting her with a record.
Not at all. It's time it was returned to its rightful owner.
Right, he probably made copies. She embraces the record like an old friend.
Oh, my darling. Oh, my treasure. Welcome home. Oh, I'll broadcast your tracks on Radio Apple for 72 hours straight and hold the rockinest party ever just for you. Oh, you've got my word.
Fair enough. The joy of this reunion pours out of her before a graver possibility flashes across her mind.
Hold on. You're not about to withhold my funds, are you?
Fret not, Regulus. Given its special significance to you, we made its composition analysis our first priority. Now that the first step is done, I'm more than happy to return it to you.
But what about your experiments?
Clutching her little thing in her hands, Regulus hesitates, then reluctantly hands it to Ulrich. Ulrich clears his throat again, donning the faint formality of his disguise once more.
Not to worry. I've already made arrangements.
He proudly raises his coat to unveil Laplace's latest masterpiece. Bootleg copies. Gotcha. Dozens of identical Little Thing records are stacked neatly together.
We went to great lengths to ensure these replicas were identical in every way. We even reproduced the ink used in the signature.
Piracy ahoy!
Identical down to their heart and soul, courtesy of Laplace craftsmanship. We've achieved complete consistency in both composition and appearance.
Ulrich's proud tone is cut off by Regulus's exclamation of surprise.
What? Well, I've got to hand it to you. They're dead ringers for the real thing. But this is piracy. And not the fun kind. Musical piracy.
Unfortunate.
Drastic times call for drastic measures. I hope you'll find it in your heart to forgive us, Regulus.
Well, can it be piracy if they are jumping through time to eras when the copyright didn't even exist? Technically, they are dodging that bullet. Okay, another part done. Part 11. Hateful hometown. Cumulus clouds drift slowly across the night sky like the rolling waves of the sea, the countless stars glinting gently behind them. The damp sea breeze has laid a heavy layer of moisture on the surfaces of the ship. Standing at the observation window, the captain's face betrays no emotion. There's a faint, hesitant sound at the door.
Oh, Miss Fatutu. I hadn't expected you to visit.
Grace's face lights up, every inch radiating joy. She eagerly opens the door, affectionately pulling Fatutu into the room.
I must say it's a welcome relief from the onslaught of greedy businessmen and boorish officials. All puff and no substance. Bloated, lifeless. They remind me of a few specimens of decay from my collection.
What kind of collection is that?
Decaying specimens? Miss Grace, you mean body?
Hush. Let's just leave things at that.
No, how about you elaborate, actually? She squints as she studies the faintly protruding veins on the girl's hands, imagining the blood coursing anxiously through them. That's a weird fetish.
So then, you're here to talk about something else? Go ahead.
Yes, Miss Grace. I just wanted some advice, if you don't mind.
Not at all, my dear. We are friends, aren't we? We are venturing into the unknown, so it is little surprise that you feel lost. But disorientation is a dangerous enemy. I am more than happy to help. Relax and keep an open mind, dear. We have a long night ahead.
Few soft, subtle noises come from the outside, but they are not enough to disrupt the intimate conversation between the two. Grace set down her pocket watch, her gaze drifting past the slightly ajar door, a faint smile teasing her lips.
The thing is, I tried to ignore the outside world, just like you said, but I failed.
Fatutu instinctively lowers her head.
The idea of raising a spear against people I know so little about, even if it was to avenge my home. I felt I had to learn more about these outsiders, to understand them. I'm sorry I went against your advice. I thought that learning about them would harden my resolve. I thought that I would hate them from the depths of my soul, that the hatred would be so strong that I'd feel no remorse, that I would see in them what you and Manus Vindicte do.
But that didn't work out, did it?
But
in the face of her wavering resolve, Fatutu bows her head in shame.
instead, after interacting with the people here,
the noisy music hall, the bustling tourists, the bright lights, the sea shanties, they all linger in her mind.
But Tutu, my dear, there's no shame in having second thoughts.
The gentleness of her response leaves Fatutu momentarily stunned.
How could you not? This was but your first glimpse of a world so much wider than you knew. But you'll soon realize that it is nothing more than a dying corpse. Its lungs still clinging on to its last breath.
That's a bleak outlook.
The face rots first, you know. It's a nasty scene, I assure you. Those shrinking, putrefying eyeballs are always a headache for taxidermists. Next,
That's
the
oddly
chest cavity.
specific.
It rots out from the inside, bloating with noxious gases produced by its decomposing flesh, until it's ready to pop like a party balloon. Even at this stage, if you were to hold your breath and look only to the limbs, you might marvel at the artisanship. Such a perfect creation. Yet it dies all the same. So it goes.
Fatutu has never encountered such a warm and spirited captain before. Warm and spirited, she says. Right.
Do you see the world any clearer now? Take your time. Think it through.
Grace slightly taps her fingers on the board beside her, as if keeping time with the faint footsteps outside. Lost in thought, Fatutu remains oblivious to it all.
The outsiders are different from what I expected. Miss Grace, are you sure they're truly evil?
Well, it's a matter of perspective, really. Grace glances out the window. Through the porthole, a strange vibrating sound grows louder and more distinct. Following Grace's gaze, Fatutu notices an enormous shadow on the other side of the porthole. Can parasols and railings really create such an enormous silhouette?
They are cunning, menacing, and at times have even been known to engage in eavesdropping.
The shadow creeps closer towards them, stealthy and deliberate.
Miss Grace, watch out! It's some kind of monster!
There's no doubt. This cutting description has angered the shadowy intruder.
Huh?
Who is it?
It's here!
Scrambling, Fatutu grabs whatever is nearby, signal lights, brooms, and paving lines, and flings them out the door.
I'll protect you, Miss Grace!
I think she is kind of panicking. What are we even fighting? Peculiar evase dropper? Isn't that Sonetto? It looks Sonetto shaped, kind of. At least to me. Okay.
Ah, finally!
Ah, no, it's the singer girl, right? The musician, rather. Never mind.
Ah, an interesting.
Relax.
And Sonetto look kind of similarish. So there's my mistake.
Concentrate and visualize.
What an awful racket you make!
No,
Threat defeated. Gotcha. The commotion seems to have come to an end.
Is it dead?
Please tell me that you didn't kill a person just because you were scared by the shadows. Painting heavily, Fatutu musters the courage to rush out the cabin. The figure on the deck is far removed from the terrifying enemy she envisioned.
Oh, it's you, Barcarola.
Right. A familiar tear-streaked face emerges from the aftermath of the chaos. The captain, however, seems unfazed by the disheveled state of her crew staff.
Miss Barcarola, what a pleasure to see you.
Have you lost your mind, Fatutu?
Kind of out of fear.
I've been looking all over the ship for you to thank you for the lamps you made. This is a funny way of saying you're welcome.
Huh.
Not even the rudest student in Cremona would attack someone for saying thanks.
An unfamiliar term springs from her lips, sparking Fatutu's curiosity.
Cremona? Where's that?
Is that really important right now?
That's really not what matters here.
Exactly.
Settle down, please, ladies. This was only a small misunderstanding, wasn't it? As both your captain and your friend, I hope that you might be able to resolve this. I do believe I could see you two becoming fast friends.
The captain's overtures are anything but subtle.
Fatutu here is eager to learn about the outside world. And I'm sure you must have many stories to share, don't you? Consider it a favor, in exchange for those sea mother's eyes.
Why would you need those? It simply wouldn't do for a captain to leave these two in such a state.
Why don't you take a seat, Miss Barcarola?
She moves aside, extending the two delicate hands to them. The girls take her hands, allowing themselves to be drawn close. Then they lean together on the railing.
You were quick to gloss over your hometown. Cremona, wasn't it?
Sea breeze sweeps across the deck, dispersing whatever awkwardness there was between them. Grace's voice is gentle and soft. Barcarola finally loosens the tension in her strings, speaking as she looks out over the moonlit water.
Cremona,
excuse
the
me.
city of violins, as they say. See, I was born in that awful, dreary old place, but I don't like to talk about it, Miss Grace.
Matuta examines Barcarola's expression.
But it sounds like you still miss your home. So why speak of it that way? Is there something wrong with it? In Nukuteao, when we find something rotted in our village, we wrap it up in stinky grass and throw it in the ocean.
I don't think that you can fix that things like that in modern society, but sure.
Do you outsiders not do this as well?
So Barcarola's instrument is supposed to be some kind of violin. I think it's supposed to be some kind of entire orchestra, honestly, because it has everything in it. I'm guessing that violin is part of it.
Well, it's not completely rotted exactly. It's just...
She furrows her brow, seemingly searching for the right words.
In Cremona, everything is bound up with the violin. How it's made, how it's played, even the science of it. It fills the air and every conversation. You can't walk to the trattoria without tripping over a virtuoso. They come from Rome, Berlin, London, New York, Nairobi, Tokyo, Uppsala, people from far and wide, all crammed into one town. Not a day goes by without a concert, a symphony, or a festival musicale.
And how is that a problem?
Am I misunderstanding you? Because to the Nukutai, the idea of a place with music and festivals every day sounds very... fun.
That's where you're wrong, Signora. It's no fun at all. At least, for me. To be Cremonese is to take pride in its music, its history, and above all, its violins. And you must learn to love the violin, the viola, the violoncello, and the bass, because there is nothing else. Every quartet is a string quartet. Every concerto is Vivaldi. Strings, strings, strings. The monotony is unbearable.
Right. And she got fed up with it, I'm guessing.
The world has so very many instruments as diverse and as varied as the people that fill it. Even the shell around your neck could sing if you knew just where to tap it.
So instead she have chosen to pick up every instrument at once in the form of this abomination that she's carrying. Right.
But not in Cremona. That's why I speak of it that way, Fatutu. Because if I had stayed there, I would never have seen the music of the world and its instruments, and my crackling box would never have been able to know their sounds.
The Nukutai don't have many instruments. Not so many as you, anyway. But we were never bored with what we had. I'm certain that your island holds great beauty beyond its music. If ever we grow tired of singing and dancing, we'd go searching for shells or swimming in the reefs.
You still have much to learn about the world beyond your islands.
Then you have no intention of ever returning home, Miss Barcarola?
Seemingly most ordinary question.
Return? No, never. They're too set in their ways, like old fossils. My vision of music grew beyond them, and I did too.
So she's basically a musical rebel. Duly noted. Barcarola cups her hands around her mouth and hollers out into the fog.
Myself back into their little world.
Your determination is admirable indeed.
I suppose Barcarola would gel well together with Regulus, considering the interests.
Glad to hear it. Then my position is safe for another day.
How could it not be? You are the very star of the free breeze.
Uh-huh.
What about you, Miss Grace?
Barcarola's face lights up with renewed pride.
You've never told us about your home.
It's a place of little interest to anyone. Not even worthy of naming.
Her demeanor is far more composed than the rambling chatter of Barcarola.
They say a musician must be free of attachments to be truly creative. Perhaps this is true of captains as well.
No, that can't be right. The Nukutai believe that to stray from our home is the death of the spirit. If we travel too far and too long, our spirit shells develop cracks that no amount of Nuku glue can mend.
Hell is a Nuku glue.
And from these cracks come an intense sadness. The elders call it homesick.
Homesickness. See, we have this word as well. The sailors aboard often ask me to play the songs of their youth when they're missing their homes. So many different melodies. Thankfully, my crackling box has all kinds of instruments to suit their needs.
Basically all of them, from the looks of it.
I imagine it must be difficult for your people now. If you'd like, I could learn to play some of your songs and perform them. I'd be more than happy to help after all you've done.
That's kind of you. I'm sure it'll be of great help to us.
I'm guessing that someone will take offense to that somehow.
I'm more than happy to help, Patutu. It is my job after all.
The girls' conversation seems to stretch on forever, but the increasing frequency with which they rub their eyes clearly marks the passage of time. Eventually, the sun climbs above the sea, painting its surface a satin blue.
It appears the sun has caught up with us, ladies.
As the ship's horn sounds, gentle ripples spread across its surface. Right.
Mamma mia! The concert!
As she rubs her eyes, Barcarola catches a glimpse of the captain lightly shaking her pocket watch and remembers something equally important.
I promised Signora Regulus a rock and roll concert, but I haven't even asked her what instruments she needs.
I don't think she needs any.
Ciao, ragazze!
With hurried footsteps clattering down the stairs, Barcarola quickly vanishes.
Thank you for talking with us, Miss Grace.
She has waited for Barcarola to be clearly out of sight before speaking.
Don't mention it. I only hope that it was helpful for you.
I have one last question. I was wondering, how do you stay so determined?
You continue, I guess. Next part of this. Part 12. Clashing Genres. The air is buzzing with anticipation. Regulus stands on stage, cheering and dancing in a lively twist.
Hello, Free Breeze! Listen up, all my rock and roll stars fans and wannabes. You lot are in luck because you are about to experience the greatest, grandest, most radical rock and roll party of the era.
Okay, it's a hit apparently.
Now get up on those feet and drag those little legs of yours on deck, because it's time to get those old bones jumping. Just think, folks, one day you'll be sitting by a fireplace telling your grandkiddies that you were here. This is the night you become a legend.
Well, if nothing else, she knows how to hype up the performance.
Ciao, Regulus!
Barcarola bursts into the room.
Well, if it isn't our star musicista.
Musicista? Is that a term?
This isn't what we agreed on. I thought we'd make our preparations together.
Well, surprise then.
What preparations?
I don't think Regulus does preparations. Barcarola pats her chest as she tries to steady her breathing.
To begin with, we must do a survey of our guests' musical preferences, then prepare a song list to match. Then we must carefully organize our transitions to optimize the flow of the concert.
I don't think that's how she works.
Wait. Arrangements, concert, what are you on about? This is rock and roll, love. A proper rock and roll party.
Elaborate, please.
No arrangements? No song list? This isn't what I was taught to do in Cremona. As musicians, we have a responsibility to ensure that every listener enjoys an exquisite and seamless experience. We must allow them to savor the emotion and artistry of each piece.
Sounds a bit stuffy, doesn't it? Come on, no reason to get all hung up on the details. Music is freedom. The only thing that matters in rock and roll are the vibes.
The vibes, indeed. Regulus clearly holds no space for unnecessary formalities.
You don't use your brain, you feel it in your heart, babe. Guess your miserable old music teachers never taught you that, eh?
Barcarola furrows her brow, but eventually her expression relaxes.
Fine. But just to be clear, next time we do it my way.
Cheers, love! You're an inspiration to musical directors the whole world over.
Alright, let's see this absolute chaos in action. Flattery is often more effective than any incantation.
You can find the record player in the locker backstage.
Regulus immediately darts backstage. Turn off the lights. Connect the sound system, check the stylus, pick a record. Position the tone arm, raise your hands high and get ready for a...
Is this what you call heavy metal?
What's that? No! First up is an iconic taste of psychedelic rock. But I haven't even found the power socket yet.
The clanging of the metal echoes from the lower decks, growing louder and clearer. I don't think that's the part of the performance. Then an eerie or otherworldly shrieking follows, followed by what feels like an earthquake. While the guests exchange uneasy glances, Sonetto has sensed that something is amiss.
Timekeeper, those sounds are familiar, aren't they?
Are they?
Metallic percussion sounds, sprinkled with screams of pain.
Doesn't ring any bells for me.
It's Manus Vindicte.
How did you jump to that conclusion? Those black and bizarre metallic creatures rear their heads once more. Oh, right, those things. A torrent of metal instruments surges up from the stairwells to the lower levels, like oil gushing out of a pipe. Well, he has an instrument of sorts. The sudden commotion sent the guests into an uproar. They huddled together, whispering nervously to one another.
What? These persistent pests again? Which hellhole did they crawl out of this time?
The lower decks, presumably.
Don't worry, Signora Regulus. I won't let them disturb your rock party.
She stands calmly but fiercely before them.
You oafish barnacles are ruining the atmosphere and scaring our guests. I very much doubt you're doing this with the approval of Captain Grace.
Yeah, about that, you might be surprised, because I'm guessing that those are her henchmen.
You should be working in the engine room, not making noise up on deck. Have you all forgotten the Seafarer's Code of Conduct?
They appear unmoved. The Foundation's investigators step forward, immediately taking command of the situation.
Sinetto, Regulus, get the crowd out of here. Get ready to engage with these Manus thugs.
Right, it's time for violence.
Understood. Miss Barcarola, I'll ask you kindly to step back from these brutes.
Please, Signora. There's no need for alarm. I know they may look a little strange, but they're just engine crew. They work here.
Are you sure about that?
And as such, as our musical director, I have some authority over them. Moreover, it is my duty to ensure all our guests have a safe and enjoyable stay.
Now I see how the Manus kept themselves hidden.
Agatha quickly finds herself trapped amid the restless crowd. She stands on tiptoe, dazzled by the countless overlapping shadows and rays of sunlight.
Is that Barcarola? What's she doing over there?
Amid curious and astonished gazes, Barcarola gradually approaches the dark mass of Manus followers.
If you've come to be entertained or perhaps for some music lessons, I would be more than happy to assist you in the crew quarters later. However, your musical talents will not be needed at this time, as we already have a scheduled performance.
No heed is taken, instead a hammer is raised high.
Stop them!
Right, they don't have exactly the mental faculties to follow what she was even talking about. Hey, let's kick their ass.
Easy lah.
An inch. Relax.
Crackers and fireworks!
Concentrate and visualize.
Please, don't resist.
There we go. And they're gone. Easy enough. Look at this mechanic. When casting at least 3 incantations of the same type within a round, trigger homophones for every 1 additional incantation of the same type casted this way. Oh, what does it even do? We'll figure it out as we go.
Copy that!
No worries. Let me think on it.
Easy lah. Lily!
Thank you for your cooperation.
天道必反，其事好还。
They are much naughtier than the Foundation's
And
kids.
done. More and more Manus disciples fill the perimeter of the hall, surrounding those inside like trembling penned sheep.
Well, what's happening? Why are they acting crazy?
She stands resolutely, putting herself between the guests and the crazed Manus disciples, her heavy breathing condensing on the neck of her cracking box.
as the musical director of the Free Breeze, I can't allow you to harm our guests.
Somehow I don't think that they are going to follow your orders.
Enough of your nonsense, foolish outsider.
Flash of cold light streaks through the air.
No! Hobo protect!
Excuse me? Popo protect? I beg your finest pardon? A shell-shaped ripple appears, deflecting the icy arrow. I mean, the Popo does protect from time to time.
Are you okay, Barcarola?
Patutu darts out from the crowd, rushing over to Barcarola with no regard for the surprised stares of the Nukutai behind her.
What are you doing, Fatutu? That is an outsider. Have you forgotten your duty to your people?
So, are the Nukutai people joining the Manus Vindictae and attacking the passengers, or what? A stern familiar reprimand booms in her ears. After studying the shaken musician, Patutu nervously turns around. Her brother's figure looms in the shadows of the crowd. For the first time, this image deeply unsettles her.
No! Never! But... Kamutsa, this is not defending our home. And it doesn't feel like avenging it either. What we suffered was not these people's fault. There has to be a better solution to all this. This isn't our way. It isn't right.
Patutu stares fearfully as her brother draws closer. As he comes into light, she finds herself staring into a face that is both familiar and strange.
Kamutsa!
Ah, he's wearing the mask. Right. Unfortunate. I guess that's one good guy less. Kamuta gently shakes his head. Inky black liquid drips from the seams of his mask.
Fatutu, we have no choice.
Don't you though? Right, we can do one more part, I think, at the very least. Medical records. We assure you that we strictly adhere to established medical standards. Read. Shipboat medical log. Wednesday. Charlie, 33, seasickness, administered dimenhydrate. Janice, 29, severe sickness, administered demihydrate. Right. Kalia, 17, seasickness, patient refused medication, advised to open a window and get some fresh air. It's really trying how afraid some 17-year-olds can be of taking medication. Thursday, Alessio, 33, diarrhea from consuming excessive seafood. Administered dipenoxylate, advised bed rest and adequate hydration. Alia, 17, scalded by water heater. Accompanying personnel were agitated and cursing. Calmed them down, cleaned the burn, applied ointment. These two never cease to amaze me. Last time I spent ages explaining seasickness meds, and now they talk about water fireboxes and heat pots. Where on earth are they from? I'm guessing that she's talking about the islanders. Saturday. Received an emergency call from the crew informing me of an altercation involving 5 passengers in the dining area. Split for 4 with minor injuries and 1 with light injury on the spot. Captain tells me that it wasn't caused by those shell-wearing lads in this time. Still, the bizarre and smug demeanor towards others, it wouldn't surprise me if they got into trouble one of these days. Tuesday. Era 22, bloating, diarrhea, vomiting, high fever. Administered IV fluids, kept under observation. During observation, the patient showed signs of delirium, claiming the cruise has reached the new era, and demanded to be disembark and return to Nakatao. The shell on the patient's chest turned from white to red and developed numerous cracks. When questioned about this, the patient hastily hid the shell, and the accompanying person sternly rebuked us and changed the subject. Oh, okay, interesting. So they didn't exactly adapt to the life among outsiders. That's not surprising, really. 1 second. Gotta grab myself a tissue. Yeah, the runny nose is taking its toll on the quality of my yapping, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Past 13, End of the Sun. The sound of the scraping metal brings an end to the pumping rock music, painting a look of solemnity and fear on the faces of every guest. A light figure steps gracefully onto the stage.
We should raise a toast, one and all.
Should we?
For we're in luck's good graces to be aboard this ship. A ship? Perhaps one ought to think of it more as an art.
The guests exchange uneasy glances. After a long silence, one guest hesitantly breaks the silence with a question.
Just what are you getting at?
Yeah, elaborate, vague girl.
Oh, I get it. Is this some kind of surprise theme party, like a murder mystery? Is that right, Miss Barcarola?
Barcarola looks bewildered. The captain's sudden and strange appearance on the stage was certainly not part of any performance. At least, not one she had prepared.
No, I didn't plan for any of this.
You aren't entirely wrong, though, Mr. Matthews. For this is certainly a surprise, if not so much a party as a ceremony. Allow me to congratulate you, our honored guests. Each of you with your unique talents, resources, and powerful connections have earned a chance to join Manus Vindictae.
How about no? What if we don't consent?
If this is some kind of joke, Captain, I don't find it funny. So how about you knock it off?
There's no joke at all. Unless you plan on throwing away your precious opportunity to join us in the new era.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Have you gone insane?
In their fear and anger, guests make to leave, but a young man in a mask swiftly blocks the doorway.
How dare you blaspheme our savior!
Well, there we go. The boy is controlled as well.
Toa, ever since you put on that mask, you've been acting strangely, like a different person.
That's what the masks do. She can hardly recognize her dear friend at all.
You're wrong, Salome. I was lost after we left Meli, but now I've never felt so certain of myself. You must ready yourself for the mask trial too. We must all be willing to sacrifice to bring our people into the new era.
He proudly pounds his chest as he glares disdainfully at the trembling crowd before him.
As for these ignorant outsiders, they will never understand the depths of the crimes they've committed, or the punishment they deserve.
Crimes, my dude.
Calm down, Toa. Don't bother with these outsiders. They only care about themselves. Only the storm can bring the change we need.
With bizarre masks, fervent prophecies, and the clinking of misshapen shells, they perform their unannounced stage play. Its audience covers together in fear.
Lunatics!
Timekeeper, it seems as though the islanders aboard are working with Manus Vindictae.
Yes, Sonetto, thank you for the obvious declaration.
There's no telling what else the Manus have up their sleeve. We need to call for support as soon as possible.
But our communications are jammed.
Regulus, are you able to reach Mr. Ulrich?
I should be. I've got no clue where he's at now. He dashed off with the roaring machine, mumbling something about sound wave frequency and nuclide R.
Okay.
Still, I might as well give it a shot. If I can still recall Laplace's internal frequency, that is.
Sonetto, we must calm the situation before things escalate further.
On it.
Orders are issued methodically. Grace watches with interest as Navi Top Hat moves through the crowd. A gentle smile
Ladies
creeps
and gentlemen,
across her face.
perhaps you have yet to understand what the storm really is.
Are you going to elaborate, Vague Girl?
No, perhaps we don't. Because I remember what you wrote in all the flyers. The Free Breeze is equipped with a double hull and the most advanced communication systems available, capable of contacting rescue and support under any circumstances.
Yeah, and something about a stabilizing system. Why should we be worried about some heavy weather?
Cause she's not talking about a normal storm, that is.
Or were you lying to us?
Oh, the specifications of the ship are all very much true. No natural weather phenomenon could endanger us here. However, the storm I speak of is not a mere matter of churning wind and thunder, and no double hull, nor stabilizing system, could stand against it.
So, what the hell is this storm?
It is a cleansing. A deluge that will come to eradicate all the sickness of this world.
And she's vague posting again. Right.
And an opportunity. A chance to reverse our course. All that is asked of you is an insignificant price.
Reverse? Price? What are you talking about?
In the 90s, veins turned into wires. In the 80s, skulls turned into geometric shapes. Oh, in the 60s, what fun we had then! The entire world became a pop art spectacle.
Yeah, I know, I was there.
And Manus Vindictae have seen us through each one, for all these many years.
The crowd's murmuring grows louder and more chaotic.
So, you're saying that the world is going to be transformed? And something weird will happen to our bodies too?
You are exactly right.
And the Manus were behind all of this? Why?
Now, don't be so harsh on us. We've made heroic efforts to cleanse this world of its sickness.
And you didn't elaborate even once what that sickness is exactly.
But each generation keeps making the same mistakes. Economic collapse, environmental crisis, endless wars and bloodshed. We had no choice. The wounds of this world must be cleansed, one deluge at a time. Now we are welcoming a new storm.
Honestly, for all their vague posting, they are not exactly clear on what the end goal is even.
One that will reverse us to an even more distant past.
And how distant are we speaking here? Fear and anger intertwine, the crowd is like a volcano on the verge of eruption.
You're a lunatic, Captain! You need your head examined. Lady, you need a psychiatrist.
But these things you're showing us, they really happened?
No need to take my word for it. You will all bear witness to it soon.
The crowd descends into a hushed panic. Every lapping of the waves can be heard amid the almost ghostly murmurs. This is the perfect moment to calm the crowd.
The storm is not coming!
Right.
We are from the St. Pavlov Foundation, an organization dedicated to the protection and rights of humans and arcanists.
Oh, thank goodness!
As the timekeeper of the St. Pavlov Foundation, I can assure you, what she showed you won't happen here. Manus Vindictae are just trying to manipulate you into buying into their deception and hatred. Don't give in to this false fear.
Well, maybe they can force the storm here as well. We've seen them speed it up before, several times.
Please, everyone, remain calm.
Another bamboo arrow shoots through the air.
Protect us? You? Don't make me laugh!
Patatu doesn't hesitate to stop him.
Toa, wait! She seems trustworthy. Maybe we should listen to what they have to say.
Really? You think these people care about rebuilding our home?
And you think that Manus Vindictae cares?
Were they there when Nukutea was hit by the great waves? Where was their protection then?
I'm not sure. But I just can't bear the thought that we might make a decision we'll regret later. I don't want to see any more cracks and scratches on our shells.
Her cries cannot overpower the murmuring of the guests, nor can they quell the rising fury of her kin. And they certainly cannot stop another poison arrow.
De subito sera.
Okay, so Neto will get permission to break their knees.
Be careful, Timekeeper. They're coming for us.
Okie doke. And another fight. So we are fighting the islanders this time.
Dental checker.
There's the dude with the fabulous hair.
Got your back.
Guess we will have to ruin his hairstyle. Alright.
Ah, an inch. Relax.
Hold your breath.
And that's that. Please, don't resist.
Let me help, please.
And they are cooked.
Was I able to take care of everyone?
The hall is in utter disarray. Labored breathing, sighs and sobbing blends together like a sickly pot of pig stew.
No, this isn't right.
She wants to say more, but the familiar scent of herbal incense suddenly overwhelms her. Sleepy reeds, a herbal anesthetic used by Nukutai priests during surgeries. Huh.
I think you need some rest, sister.
Does this smell like chloroform to you?
Huh?
I'm sorry for Tutu. This needs to be done.
Does it though? Salon catches her as she falls unconscious. The ongoing confrontation on the other side of the hall is evidently far more intense.
A fine speech, Miss Burton. Such delectable, righteous indignation.
Surrender, Miss Grace. Your lies will not succeed here.
Why, of course. To tell a lie brings the harshest of consequences. Even a kindergartner knows that.
Grace surveys the hall. Countless eyes are fixed on her. Anger, hostility, confusion, disdain. She has walked through it all before and never left a trace.
Everyone, whenever there's an imminent storm, my watch here starts a countdown, but there have been no signs of...
How that? Let me guess. This is when the watch starts counting down, isn't it? Grace places a delicate hand on her raised arm, interrupting her speech.
What a coincidence, Miss Burton. I so happen to have a similar device myself.
Do you now?
3, 2,
Oh, we are getting an animation?
1.
Impossible.
Miss Burton. As you said, lies will not succeed here. The question is, who here is the liar?
So they did force a storm and
Ladies
somehow...
and gentlemen, I invite you to relish the sight before you. Here we
How they
are,
blocked her watch.
the last evening on Earth.
Fair enough. Title drop happened. And this looks like a good cliffhanger to end on for this stream. Before we finish, I'll do another draw on the banner. See if I can get the character that I want for my poison team. So let's give it a single spin and see what happens. Slowly accumulating resources for that over time. Alright. Ramona. We did, I think, 2 spins on this banner so far, with no luck as of yet. So let's see how it goes. Ooh, okay, this is a 6-star. Which one though? Is it her? That would be a very good outcome. Nope.
Hello.
Someone
Call me
else.
Flutterpage.
Flutterpage.
I used to live in Millwall with my
Oh, well.
mum and dad and sister.
At least it's
That
a new
don't matter
character.
anymore, does it?
Not terrible. Could be better, but not terrible. I'll take it. I'll have to read up on that particular character to figure out how can I use her. Because I'm not familiar with that particular one. Where is she? What does she do?
A gust of wind from the door.
Extra action,
I thought it was
DPS channel
Malkane's
Eureka.
skill, but turns out it's you.
So she works on Eureka. Interesting. What do those skills do? Grant stacks of Gust. The hell is Gust? At the start of the round, Flutterpage gains a force field based on the Gust stacks and removes the Gust force field she applied to herself in this way. Okay, so she shields herself. One target attack deals regality damage and grants continuous action. Yeah, continuous actions are pretty cool. Basically, 3 actions for the next turn. What does this do? After any ally takes an action, Flutterpage gains 1 stack of Gust, right? So she is a self-buffer of sorts. And she has no Euphoria mechanic, apparently. Duly noted. And this is a channel. Interesting. I'm not all that read up on channel mechanics, so I guess this is something for the future. Okay, so this will be it for today's stream, I suppose. regarding Reverse 1999 for at least. I'll be continuing this storyline on Wednesday, so I'll be taking a 1 hour break now, close to 1 hour, maybe a little less, before we return with the Evil Within 2 stream. And if you missed anything from the stream, I recommend going to my YouTube channel, which is linked in the Twitch description. Also, you can get it directly by using the exclamation YouTube command on chat. And the upcoming stream schedule is on my Discord server, also linked in the same way, and exclamation Discord will get you the link. Thank you for watching, and see you around in more or less an hour. Ciao!